Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Shogun bar. My sincere apologies for the delay, but we have been waiting for Mike Tindall to wend his way back from Norfolk. I'm told he's in the Kingsholm Road, and hopefully he can find his way in. First of all, I hope you've all had a very Merry Christmas, and it will be rounded off this afternoon with a resounding Gloucester victory. To find out if that's going to be the truth, I've got Les and Will, both of whom need absolutely no introduction to you. And Les, can I start with you? Today sees the halfway stage of the Premiership. Gloucester in 8th position in the Premiership. Is that a fair reflection of form and performance?
I think it's just one of those seasons that you got to take every opportunity points that you can get. Unfortunately, we didn't start really well, but that's the way it is, man. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So today we'll find out. The boys, I know the boys will be ready to go today, so it's going to be good, man. Don't worry about it.
We do worry. Most of these fans are nervous. So, Will, we've 8th in the Premiership, as I say. One good victory can change the complexion altogether. But behind that, we are going to struggle to qualify in Europe. We're going to probably struggle to qualify in the LV Cup. So is the situation at the moment a little bit disappointing from the players' point of view?
I mean, I think it's depends how you look at it, really. I mean, it's very congested in that area just above us in the league. I think a couple of good results going our way. Next few weeks will put us right back in the mix. I think, we're looking at between top 4 and top 6. I think ideally we think we're a top 4 side. There's been some really close games here, especially at Kingsholm, and disappointingly losing those games, which have been a big thing for us. But to be in the game, sort of 2 or 3 points, just got to cut out those little mistakes which have let us down, and hopefully the next sort of month or so will be a big spell for us.
Les, coming back to you then, what Will says and just you say is quite correct. It is all very close. You've played against both Harlequins and Saracens this season. They're a little bit ahead of the pack. Have they impressed you?
I think Harlequin probably more impressed than Saracens. We just need to concentrate on our things, really. We don't worry about other stuff. On the week, during the week, if we're playing, Wasps today, we'll pretty much concentrate on Wasps. We don't worry about any other team. So, to answer your question, Harlequin's probably more surprised than Saracens.
Well, let's concentrate on today's game. Then, as I say, Will, the fans that I've spoken to are a little bit nervous about this afternoon's result, but as one of our, until today at least, almost ever-present forwards, that should be an area against Wasps where we get the upper hand, yes?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I mean, Wasps always bring a forward-orientated game. That is their game, like pick and go. They try and sort of suck you in and to play the ball wide. And I think our pack has been going well this season. I think physically we're thereabouts. Scrum's been going particularly well, and things which need to turn up on a game day like this. The boys appreciate what needs to be put into this game. So it'll be interesting this afternoon, but hopefully we'll have the edge on them.
We hear, as supporters, not being privy to what goes on within your dressing rooms and that, of game plans, and usually it gets mentioned after we've lost that the lads didn't stick to the game plan. How exact are these game plans, or is it a case of pin them back or don't give it to their back four? Is it a precise science, these game plans?
I think the word game plan, I think it's what we try and operate to is a shape of how we want to play. And obviously, there's some talented rugby players out there who never want to take that sort of skill element away from it and say, look, become a robot and do this, this and this. If we put our shape, how we want to play, keep hold of the ball and make the right decisions in the right areas, is a pretty simple game. I think when the coaches get frustrated is when those behaviours don't exhibit themselves on the field. If someone sees something else, someone does something else which sometimes can't be criticised because, as you say, we're rugby players and you play the game what's in front of you. But usually, if you play to the shape and do the basics really well, I think that's what wins us games. And I think when coaches say, okay, well, we didn't stick to the game plan, this didn't happen, that didn't happen, that's usually what they mean. So.
Hello. I'm going to sit there. Take the mic
yeah, so I mean, today's a day that we need to just to stick to what we were saying and physically first and foremost turn up, and usually that takes care of itself. So yeah.
That's a lovely full answer, Will. Thank you.
Do you like that?
I love that. Welcome, Mike. Hello. Good journey.
Yeah, it was a bit busier than I thought it would be.
We're talking about Wasps today and the game plan. We've already gone through the fact that the form perhaps has been slightly disappointing. I think Will agreed with me that the forwards will have a big say in today's game. Where would you see the dangers being offered up by Wasps?
I think knowing how things normally come back on us, I think Nicky's going to be. We're going to have to keep an eye on Nicky. If you watch the games, that they've had a few games in Europe that's been wet, and he's been pinning corners really well and putting them in the right areas to play their sort of rugby. They're very drive dominant, looking for penalties. So he's going to be massive for them. But as we know with Nicky, he can miss a few tackles. So if we can get Ellie and Trinder down, make him have to make those tackles, and then get the forwards around the corner and make him make those tackles, then hopefully that'll work to our benefit. They've got a strong pack. They like to drive the ball, and as you say, as it's always said by Brush, forwards win the game, backs are determined by how much. So hopefully our boys will turn up like they have done, and we'll get a good result.
One thing I think Wasps will bring is someone like Joe Simpson will be using the tap and go. You've played internationals with the likes of Ben Youngs and that. Another one who taps and goes. We don't seem to do that. Is that a conscious thing, or is that, again, part of these mysterious game plans?
No, it's not like that at all. I think, it changes from scrum half to scrum half. I think you see when David Lewis is on there that we do sometimes tap and go. I think with someone like Youngsy and Joe Simpson, I think it's something that they're given a complete free license to do. They make a lot more better decisions than they make bad decisions. But I mean, Joe's one of those guys there who does it a lot for himself a little bit, so it can turn against him a little bit. Youngs is very good at what he does in terms of bringing tempo into the game, whereas Joe makes a couple of mistakes. So we've identified that during the week. We know he does that. He's a very good runner. He's got loads of speed, so we know to be aware for that. From our point of view, I think missed what Will said before. We need to get back to that sort of game where we dictate our speed of game. We want to play a movement game. So that's something that we talked about last week, about getting back into our game. I think I might be going over old ground, so I apologise. I think with the games that we've had, you look at the Toulouse game, the Sarries game, games that we should have won, and were better performances, and then I think we got too focused on the winning side of it and forgot to get out there. We were so worried about not giving penalties away in stupid positions or making sure we were playing in the right areas of the field that we forgot what we are as a team and how we move as a team. And after last week, after the Connacht game, everyone was disappointed because it's not how we want to represent ourselves on the field in terms of, yes, we won the game, but that's not good enough for us. We want to perform. It's something we've prided ourselves on for the last God knows how many years down here, and hopefully we addressed that last week and we can get back to doing what we love and what the fans love watching.
Have a rest. I'll come to Lev and then to Will, so you can move the mic along. Les, welcome back. You can see representative sample in here that Kingsholm's going to be buzzing today. For the players on the pitch, that's good news, isn't it? A really buzzing Kingsholm who are going to get very, very loud.
Yeah, definitely. From a player point of view, it's always good to come out of Kingsholm, change the room, and see the crowd go wild, and the best feeling in the world. I think it's awesome. And probably one of the best supporters team in the world. So I'm pretty happy with what they're doing, and blessed to be one of it as well. It's good for them.
And can they truly lift you when you're behind?
Oh yeah, definitely. Anything positive comes out from the crowd, it lifts you up. If you caught a ball, they cheer. It's good. It's a good feeling. But if you drop the ball, you go boo. You turn that negative to positive. So you want to, entertain the crowd by not doing as much mistakes. So it's awesome, bro. You guys are awesome, and hopefully today we'll entertain you guys.
Thanks for that, Les. We move to Saracens next, and I'm not going to delve too deeply into the match, but so one of the things I like to do in these interviews is to delve what goes on behind. It's Monday today. Let's have you, Will. Will you work tomorrow? Will you analyse today's game? And then you move on to Saracens? Is that the sort of plan? Do you get any time off between now and next Sunday?
We just rock up 20 minutes before kick-up, put the boots on and crack on. No, we don't tomorrow is analysis day, recovery for the players who played, and some little things for some injured guys and guys who haven't been playing. So we can get a lot of the analysis done tomorrow. And then leading into the next couple of days there'll be rugby, and not a huge amount of time off really, because it's a bit of a short turnaround, and more or less straight into preparation, team run the day before, and then away we go. So quite a full week really next week.
If I was a cruel sort, which obviously I'm not, I could have said that recently it looks as though he had trucked up 20 minutes before the kick-off and put the boots on.
It's an easy gag time, under the two, it's an easy gag. But yeah, stage right. Yeah, I mean, it's been, as we said, it's been disappointing because some of the results, but I'm sure, as your number one supporter of me assured of, that was only a bit of fun.
It was only a bit of fun, yeah. Just to, perhaps I could bring Mike in while you calm down there, Will. And if I can just keep Mike between me. Will mentions analysis. Do you sit and watch the whole match, or just, is it edited highlights where you make good mistakes and good moves, or what?
No, what it is we have two guys who work on the analysis side of getting all the video footage ready, and basically they break it down into anything you could possibly need. So there'll be attacks off scrums, just scrums forward, just line out, so you can just go watch all line outs, watch all the scrums. All the attack plays off scrums, then they break it down into the fact you can have, if you only 1 phases, 2 phases, 3 phases, 4 phases, 5 phases, so you can watch literally anything that you need, then plus all your individual stuff, so you can just go watch what you did, see what you did wrong, see what you did right, get all your defence ready for when Brushy comes and talks to you. So literally anything you need, and it works the same on the opposition as well, so you have the same as them. So if Will wants to study line-outs, have a look at them, find out where they chuck the ball to most of the time, you can watch all their games from all their line-outs that they've thrown this season. Same with scrums, and then same with phase play and stuff, so you can look at their pattern and see if there's anything that in defence that they seem to miss, or again you need to watch out for an attack. So it gets quite easy. You don't have to sit through each full game. Everything's put there for you, which is quite handy.
I think I understand. Do we also...
What don't you understand? I'll explain it.
Do we also... no, I do understand. Do we also then do much the same for the forthcoming match? You played Saracens a few weeks back. You know what they do, but do you formulate your plan, or do you formulate a plan looking at what they're doing in recent matches, such as tomorrow's match against Harlequins? Do you look at that?
Yeah, because teams do evolve they always change during the season, so you can't, especially if there's a lot of games between, you have to go back and look what they've done over the last few weeks, because you always try and, from our point of view, we'll try and change a few things around during the season, just so that people don't think we're predictable same way side, you might look at. So you've got to do that with them as well. And to watch we normally watch all the stuff that we watched on the last 4 games. So you'll take the footage from the last 4 games and go on that.
See, it's educational as well. So just to wrap up the question for each of you, with Saracens and Worcester coming today, an essential win, and on the basis you're going to tell me we are going to win, give me some sort of prediction of by how many.
Today I think we'll win by 10. About Saracen, I'll tweet it to you next week. And Worcester, I'll give you a shout later.
Thanks for joining us, Les. I can't think of a question now, Will. I'm sure he must do. As far as Saracens is concerned, what's it like playing in a dead hole dump like that after you play here? Is it equally as miserable as a player to play there as it is to be a supporter? Well, I try and tell it as it is.
Yes.
Well, I probably played slightly more lively grounds, put it that way. I mean, it's being very sort of PC. It is the plus points are it's a football ground, it's fantastic to run on and all that sort of stuff. But you know, it is what it is. The atmosphere isn't fantastic, and I think that reflects why they try to rearrange a lot of their games to Wembley. So, but yeah, it's you just try and get up there, get the job done, and get away. Really, that's the key to it.
Right, gentlemen, I'm getting the signal that time is up and you're required elsewhere. Can I wish the 3 of you fantastic rest of the season? We need the victories. This lot will turn up, along with myself, week in, week out. Can I thank Les, Will and Mike? Thank you.